Hello. So right behind me over here is the summer house of Elton John and David Furnish, and it's taken me like literally all day to get up here. And I thought once I get up here, I'd do a little video. But I mean, the birds are chirping over here in the tree, and the dogs in the compound back there, and they're barking as you can hear them. And I couldn't be more happy about this. Like, this is a really good moment for me because 20 years ago I was in Nice with my friends Chris and Nelson, and we were backpacking through Europe, and we got sidetracked on this crazy hostile guy, and he dropped us off and said this is where Elton John lived, and of course he lied. But I finally found out where Elton John does live in Nice, and it's on top of this mountain. And apparently Elton John's house here is the only one that sees both the cities of Nice and Villefranche on the other side. And he's got a huge satellite. You can't see it there, but it's somewhere back there. But anyways, I had this great idea that I said if I was ever outside Elton John's place, I was just going to press the button and say that I'm from Scarborough and David Furnish went to school in Scarborough, and just say, hey, listen, we're just popping by, big fans, love your work, and see what would have happened. And of course, we didn't do that, but now I'm here, so now I'm going to try and do it. I don't know what's going to happen, but we'll see what happens. But at least from now on, I'll never not know what didn't happen. I'll never wonder why I didn't do that. And I mean, what's the worst thing that can happen? The guy just, I'm sorry, he's not in town, or, I'll call the police, in which case I walk down the hill again. But the other thing I was going to say is when I first started writing my book, Journey of a Lifetime, I had a great scene where I just talked about that, where the character in my book comes down the hill, sees this spot, presses a button, somebody answers on the other side, and he goes inside, and they're by the pool. And I wrote this really great scene where this guy in a kimono with a dragon on the back, and they called him Dragon. There was like mountains of blow on top of the tables, and music was playing and stuff like that. And that was my very first breakthrough as a scene that I wrote. And if I would go back and reread it now, I'd throw it aside because it was just absolutely terrible writing. But the most important thing is that was my breakthrough moment in writing something creatively, something that was from my imagination. I saw it in my head, and I transcribed it down on the paper, and that was my very first scene. Now, I've since long tossed that script out of my book, Journey of a Lifetime, just because it didn't fit. But I really liked that moment that I had as a writer, where I was sitting in front of Elton John's place, and I just said, hey, fuck it. I'm just gonna press the button and see what's the worst thing that can happen. So now I'm gonna go over there. I'm gonna find the guardhouse, which is right there, and I'm gonna give him my card for Journey of a Lifetime, and it's right here. So I'm gonna write on the back a little something and see what ends up happening, and I'll keep you posted.